We were at the Honda Studios in Miami, Florida, and we figured with us coming here for the big week, and I'm going to finish up the entire week with this guy and Kurt and Mooch and the rest of the NFL Game Day morning gang for an 8.5-hour-long pregame show that starts at 9 a.m. Eastern on Super Sunday.
That's 8.5 hours, folks.
That's just in case anyone is scoring at home. Good to see you, Michael Irvin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Rich. I'm looking forward to the 8.5-hour pregame show that we're doing.
Now, are you doing all 8.5 hours? Because I do all 8.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to do all 8.5 hours.
Because, some tap out. Kurt's got to tap out because he's got to do radio.
Right.
See, I do my radio all week and then get it out of the way for Super Sunday. Kurt's got radio to do.
Wow.
So he's got to prepare to walk upstairs and sit in front of a microphone to call a game he could do in his sleep. I get it. And by the way, I get it is the phrase of me saying I don't, but I'm just covering to say I get it. He leaves. Mooch usually taps out too. But you're there with me. Are you there with me to the very end?
I'm a fight to the end. And everybody out here now, listen, we used to have to do 8.5 hours pregame, then watch the game, and then what do we do? About 2 hours after the game?
Oh, yeah.
We were there all day long. I was like, man, I'm a brother.
Last time I did that was the New York Super Bowl. The New York Super Bowl, where I believe I go down in the third quarter, and because the game was a blowout, I think half of my analysts for the postgame show were taking a nap.
Yes. Yeah, that was one of them. I was like, hey, this thing over.
And just to keep, I think just to keep it fair and balanced, there was also a Florida State guy that was also
napping.
Night.
Just a little bit.
Who might be our first hour guest in Deion Sanders tomorrow.
But you got when you go 8.5 hours of pregame.
Oh yeah.
And then, and then really an hour before the game starts because we have to be off an hour before.
Oh yeah.
So it's really you got 9.5 hours before the game. Boy, I'm telling you, man, it was
something, but it's fun to do, and we will be there before the Chiefs and the 49ers. And I know you spoke to Kittle this week, right?
I did a great interview with Kittle.
I love that guy. I love
me
George
too,
Kittle.
man. Oh my God, me too, man. He gave us some great stuff too, because he some surprise stuff that'll be on the show.
Okay.
That we'll have fun with. But what an incredible dude he is, man. Really incredible dude. Loves to play the game. Has a big personality. Loves this WWE. I told him I used to love WWE because they used to bring it when I was growing up in Florida. Bring it to the gymnasiums.
Yeah.
The old Dusty Rhodes with the elbow and Pat Song, and they used to fight each other. And I was so into it as a kid. I loved this stuff. And then one time I was leaving and I saw Dusty Rhodes and Pat Song smoking a cigarette together. I was hurt. I was like, man, wait a minute. I was hurt, and that's when I finally realized, okay, maybe this is not real. Maybe it's not real.
That's all it took.
Sharing a heater.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kittle knows it's not real. Kittle goes on like binge-a-thons, where he watches WWE for like 7-8 hours straight. I'm like, I wanted to ask him, man, you do know that ain't real. He said, yeah, it's real. He said, when you come off the top rope, gravity won't cooperate with you. That's real. All right, coming off the top rope, landing on a mattress, I got you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
These guys actually, just to bring it all full circle, these guys have been kicked in the nuts by Superstar Paige.
That's true. That's 100% true.
And it looks real. It looks real, but she knows exactly where to hit you and not actually.
She hit you right on that side.
Yeah, right on the side.
Yeah.
I watched that.
You watched that live,
Yes,
huh?
I watched that. I got to tell y'all, y'all got.
You stood in there.
You got more, you got more than I do. Because, I don't care what kind of professional you are. You can practice on somebody else. I'm not giving you that shot.
Yeah, you're not a crash test.
I'm
Michael
not
Irvin here.
You that shot. Because you mess around and miss, all you can say, I'm sorry. It's going to be too late for that. I'm sorry.
Michael Irvin here on the Rich Eisen Show. In the few minutes I have with you left here, the crazy thing is Kittle was hardly even used to get to Miami. They threw to him once in the NFC Championship game. Jimmy G only threw it 8 times in that game. How do you see Super Bowl 54 playing out, Irvin?
Yeah, and that's so crazy. And people have always said, people ask always, man, you think you can play on a team that only throws the ball 8 times? I'm like, of course I can. As long as they throw all 8 passes to me. Of course I can.
That's what 88 would say.
Right. But it is incredible, man. I think it's going to be a great game, a fascinating game. I'm so excited about it. You know, because whatever happens, we're going to get some first. And they'll get to experience some first.
Right.
You know, whatever coach wins, it's his first as a head coach. Whatever quarterback wins, it's his first as a quarterback. You know, and with all due respect to Tom, who's won 100 of them, you know, and it's great watching that kind of greatness. We want to see that first, man. So I think this is going to be an exciting Super Bowl. I still think because I stuck with San Francisco, and I've been going with them for a while, I'll stick with them. But I think this is going to be one of those last guy have the ball will win the game. And there's no worry if it's Mahomes. Now, if it's Garoppolo, then he'll have something to prove.
Well, and I say that asking you this question out of respect to you, even though I won the NFL Game Day Morning Picks contest this year. So technically, if anybody wants the most expert, accurate opinion as to what's going to happen in Super Bowl 54, all they have to do is wait to hear what comes out of my mouth. Does that
I mean, Irv, you got to deal with this guy
all the time, man. All the time.
And now, oh, by the way, that's just a little taste, a little morsel, little nugget about what's coming all 2020. What's coming for all 17 regular season weeks with me having that trophy.
He's going
in front
back to back again.
Well, it's 17. Would it be 18 regular season weeks back
Well,
then?
I don't know.
Right.
Next year, we'll just see what happens with the collective bargaining agreement. No, 17 regular season weeks of NFL Game Day Morning.
Yeah.
That trophy will be in front of me.
Oh.
And part of me thinks that this is, in the 2 minutes I have left, possibly Mahomes' time. This is his stage, his moment, with all due respect to use the phrase, to that 49ers defense. For him to have his moment against that defense in this game at this time for this team, this is
I would like
the
that
moment,
too.
maybe.
And I would like that. I really would, because then at least San Francisco doesn't get one more than Dallas. I mean, I'm going to bring this thing back home some kind of way. You know what I mean? Because we got 5, they have 5. If they win another one, then they get 6, we only have 5. So even though I'm picking San Francisco, I love Andy Reid, man. I love him, man. And Andy needs a Super Bowl ring to cement his legacy. And I think he gets one. Then we start talking about him as one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in this game, because he is one of the greatest coaches. He just needs that ring to solidify it.
Okay. I've got Witten coming on Thursday's show.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah. Do you think he plays next year, or is he going to join the coaching staff? What do you think, Irv?
Well, I think Witten probably, hopefully, joins the coaching staff, you know, because his comfort, which was Coach Garrett and all of those guys, are no longer there. Yeah. And I don't know if he wants to subject himself coming back to trying to prove something to Coach Mike McCarthy and that whole group again, you know. So I hopefully he gets into something that he loves doing as much as he loves playing the game, because it's probably time, and they'll probably move him.
That's a good answer. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean? Whoa.
I got Dak coming on, too.
Yeah.
Dak will be here, too.
Oh, man, that's my guy, too. I love that.
This fall, real quick, is he franchise tagged, or does he get a full pie contract?
I hope he gets a full pie contract.
What happens? What do you think?
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope Dak makes a statement, because, you know, Dak's a fourth rounder. Like, if I'm Dak, you know, those agents, they want to be able to say they got the biggest contract. I'm going to have to go to that agent and say, listen, dude, I'm going to let you do that the next time. Go and get me this here right. Let me put this $100 million in the bank, and then we can play this game with you next time. But right now, I don't have $100 million in the bank. Once I get that in, on the second $100 million, you're going to work that game. You work it.
Round of applause for Michael Irvin, everybody. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you,
know
Mike.
what I'm saying?
That's Michael Irvin here.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.